Hello friends, and welcome back to the channel. For today's Skyrim mod video on the PS4, which also concerns the PS5, I wanted to make an informational video on a couple of mods that you should not download and install unless you intend to use them for the entirety of your playthrough. That is because if you attempt to disable or delete the mods mid-playthrough, they will completely corrupt any save that they are a part of. Now before you get any further into this video, because I know I have a lot of new subscribers here, I want to make it perfectly clear that I am in no way an expert on Skyrim. At the end of the day, I am nothing more than a gamer, the same as you. While I will try to do my best to be as accurate and factual as possible for me to do so, I do make mistakes, so please take everything that I say with that in mind. Nothing here should be taken as 100% fact. So, one of the mods to be on the lookout for, not install unless you intend to use it, is the one that I've had my own personal experience with it corrupting all of my saves, and that my saves are now dependent on. Those of you that have been with the channel for a while will know, is Wonders of Weather PS4. This would also concern the PS5 version of that mod, and they were ported to PlayStation under the name Morris Umbra. The other mod I have not had my own personal experience with, but another YouTube channel, the Stoners Roundtable podcast, James Emerson, now has total save corruption because of disabling the mod mid-playthrough, and that is Holiday's PS5. This would also concern the PS4 version of that mod, and that was ported under the name Armed with Wings. And just to be clear, this is the same mod author that's doing these ports, just using various names. Now, I want to make it perfectly clear that it is in no way the fault of the mod author that is doing these ports. It's the mods themselves and the way that they change Skyrim that I'll be getting into in a little bit. In any case, mod authors like the one doing these ports, as well as the other mod authors, have always said that you should not disable and delete mods mid-playthrough. Some go a step further and also say you should not download and install them mid-playthrough and only do so on a new save. Those of you that have been with me long enough know obviously I do the opposite of that. I do take precautions, and in all the years that I've played Skyrim and modded it, which James is 5 years, not 10, it's been perfectly safe in my experience to do so, with the one exception. But in any case, I have to do that in order to be able to showcase mods for you guys, as well as be able to simply test them for myself, especially back when we had the 100 limit before they changed it with the Creations update. But just because you see me and possible other content creators do that does not mean that you should if you're a newer player. You should always do what is best for your game. Now, the reason that these mods can corrupt your saves if you disable them mid-playthrough, according to the mod author that ported them, is because the mods change the way that Skyrim's calendar system works. They add in scripted events. So for example, with Wonders of Weather, there are certain times of the year that there's supposed to be, I think, like meteor showers or something in the night sky. So that's something that was not a part of the original game. And while I don't have any experience with holidays, I do believe that they add decorations or something at different times, like say for Saturnalia and different things. So because the mods change the calendar, and add in these scripted events, if you disable them, that is the reason why the saves then are corrupted. And if you re-enable the mod, then you're able to use the saves. That's how I'm playing right now. My saves are completely dependent on Wonders of Weather, and will always be for as long as I have this character, which is the only character that I've ever had in his original playthrough. I've only ever played through Skyrim once through its main story. And that leads me to my own personal conclusions on should you even try to download and use mods of this nature that make changes to Skyrim in this way. That depends on your own personal experience with Skyrim. If you're somebody like me, and we would be the rare ones that only have the original character and don't delete them, I would say no, not unless you intend to use the mod. You'd have to know what it is that you're going to be downloading, because you would be stuck with it. Theoretically, if it was not a part of a particular save, If you had a backup save, then you could safely uninstall it in a continuing game. My mistake was I updated that save, and it became a part of it. But I would still simply recommend not even chancing it. For the rest of you that make a character, play with them, and then when you're done, you move on to a new character. I would say with this as the same with any mod, because any mod can always give issues. Now, issues of this nature, in my experience, is new to Skyrim, because we didn't used to have external assets and scripts that were allowed here. I would say, first of all, read through the mod description in its entirety. That's always advisable. That way you know everything that the mod does, everything it offers, possible conflicts that it might have. If the mod author does not do a good job of providing right there on the mod's page what it does, things that you need to know, do not download and install it. If there are conflicts with it, they need to include that as well. But if they do a good job of doing it, really think what it is the mod changes. Does it sound like these two particular, which are both the reason for the corruption, where they make changes to Skyrim's calendar, adding in scripted events that might play at certain times of the year? There could also be other mods that change other things that cause the same issue of corruption if they're disabled. I don't know, because it's been rare in my experience. I was unaware of holidays until seeing James's video, which I will be leaving a link for in the description box so you can see his experience with holidays. But if you are somebody that you understand everything that you're getting into and know that you are going to be stuck with the mod for the entirety of that playthrough, then I would say that it's the same as any mod. There's always a chance of issues, but in my experience, Wonders of Weather in-game works perfectly fine. And luckily, I do enjoy it, so at least I am stuck with one that I like. I have no experience with holidays, so I cannot comment on that. So, to conclude this video, I just want to say again that the information that I've provided is as accurate as possible for me to do so, but don't take what I've said as fact. I'm nothing more than a gamer, and that's all. You have to keep in mind that my experience with mods of this nature, these mods being commonplace on other platforms, were not here on PlayStation, so I have very limited experience with mods that cause issues like this. Hopefully I've been able to provide good enough information for you to keep you from having a similar experience to the one that I, and now James, has had, and that way you know exactly what you are getting into if you do decide to download and install these mods. And also, keep in mind that these mods are not the only ones that might cause this issue. Well, currently, they're the only ones that I'm aware of. That doesn't mean that there might not be others out there that also corrupt saves if disabled mid-playthrough, or might be added to this platform in the future. So if you are aware of a mod that corrupts saves mid-playthrough if disabled, please feel free to leave it in the comment section down below. The information that you provide there might be able to help stop somebody else from having a negative experience with Skyrim. Hopefully this video has also done that for you. Thank you for taking the time to watch the video. Take care.